Welcome back to Wario Land II. So let's finish off this alternate storyline.
Alright. I guess it's one of the short.
Defeat the giant...
Defeat the giant Spider-Man.
Spearman, actually.
Spearman, you hooligan!
I say that because it sounds more exciting.
Does it mean that Wario will have to perform a spear on him?
Alright, so...
it's better than facing a washed-up pirate.
Alright, this level introduces a new gimmick, a maze level.
Oh.
Well, it's Wario's own castle. How is he getting lost in his own castle?
Because for some reason the
Remember, Wario had lived in castle.
Well, actually, Teo, remember this castle was built by the genie at the end of Wario Land 1, so maybe the genie did this to troll Wario. I don't know.
You think Wario would?
Yeah, genies, traditional folklore genies have a tendency to be jackasses, but no, what I mean is that Wario tends to focus so much on money that he would probably do very stupid mundane thing like getting lost in his own home. So
do I have any more wishes? If I have any more wishes,
it's like that joke. It's like in that joke in Indiana Jones 3 where the Indy says about the museum curator that he gets lost even in his own museum.
I can just imagine Captain Sir going, oh, the very charlatan. He gets lost in his own museum. This is too priceless. I could absolutely make an entire gauntlet.
Wario has torches shaped in a cross fashion. Oh, so many coins.
Mom, on the ship you ended up walking into the men's bathroom.
Alright, so...
That was your fault.
This room...
The blocks are invisible.
Wow, we clearly labeled the door.
Yep.
So how are you supposed to, go... Oh.
Like this, Teo. Basically, the coins indicate the way. Basically.
There we go.
There you go. See?
Interesting.
There's something running in Denmark here.
Maybe someday I should go to my cousin Louise.
Well, of course, Jova. Remember, Denmark is building a special computer program that detects internet trolls. So...
Really?
South Park reference, Jova.
South Park. It was during season 20.
Yeah.
I think I recall that one.
I forgot what it was saying. Whatever. Oh yeah, a bit. No, go on, Jip. No, Pedro.
Actually, no. I was about to ask you if you go ahead.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, what I was wanted to ask. So this is one of those levels. Oh Jesus, one of those levels that has a trial and error with the doors.
Yes.
So you need to choose the right. Oh, not a complete fan of them, but sure.
You're constantly going through similar structured rooms, and each room has the same structure but with a different enemy. So basically, it actually is not that hard to get around because the enemies that you find in each version of the room dictate which room it is, and as a result, it becomes easy to know which rooms you've been in. So, as a result, it's actually not as hard as it may look. In fact, I think I just found the giant spearman, I think. Yes, there he is.
Oh, jeez.
However, we haven't found the treasure yet, so...
Yeah, so we need to get...
But the music tells me that the level's right there.
I know, Wario, but what about the treasure? Do you really want to leave without the treasure?
Don't worry, I have the perfect anti-intruder device. Do you want to hear about it? I call it the Wario Stink Bomb. Basically, the smell does not affect me because I smell it all the time because it's my air freshener. However,
so you mean garlic?
So it's your own farts.
Yes.
However, no, Pedro, it's his garlic.
However, everyone else.
Well, one of Wario's smash attacks is his farts, so I thought it would be that.
However, to everyone else, it's the worst smell they could ever smell aside from the smoke of the fire. So as soon as they smell it, they panic and flee for their lives.
There we go.
The only way they can possibly get around it is if they brought along clothespins on their noses.
Maybe that is his farts.
All right.
Don't worry, ma'am. We overheard Wario talking to himself about his anti-intruder measures and brought along our clothespins.
Excellent work, Roger. You get a promotion for that.
Roger.
So where is the treasure here?
Well, Teo,
You get promoted to
explore
man
and
of
find.
obvious ploys.
Okay, sure.
Let's try this door.
Trust me,
Wait.
it's a very,
Wait.
very, very respected position.
Look at that.
Wait
See?
a minute. How did
There you go. See this? That's how you tell which rooms you've been in.
Okay.
Rosebins, how did they know about my trap?
That was thanks to my manager of obvious ploys.
Well, that you were saying it alone, Mario.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
By the way, Roger, don't worry, the position comes with increased pay, so you get a raise too.
So many doors.
What, 2 cents more than normal, ma'am?
Keep going
Oh,
at it,
Jesus.
and I'll make it a whole $1.
Well, Teo, it wouldn't be much of a maze otherwise.
Hey.
Sorry, not making a pun.
Okay. And there we go.
So yeah, that was the end of episode 65 of the long-running war of words between Wario and Captain.
Alright,
Sir.
this gimmick
Be
is...
sure to purchase the DVD set.
Alright, this gimmick is only the enemies can walk on that particular bit of floor. So...
Yes, it is the perfect security device I have made against Wario. I call it the anti-enemy line.
How did you build that in my house?
You
Oh,
see...
there's the treasure, finally.
Oh, I'll explain after you get the treasure.
Look away.
Alright, it's hard, so... Oh, actually, no, it's normal.
It's
Normal.
my treasure. Look away.
Oh, and this guy is really easy to find anyway.
2, 1...
Go!
Bottom
Oh, bottom
It's
right.
yeah, bottom right. There we go. So what ambiguous treasure this is?
Let's see. A Yoshi egg.
Okay.
Oh, a
Yoshi
Yoshi egg.
Little Easter egg for the fans.
Funny.
Anyway, you see, Wario, I managed to tap into your DNA after the last fight we had from the first game, and therefore I applied it and anti-proofed it.
It took a while, and unfortunately, she had to make 2,000 of our men redundant to fund the project, but it worked.
Don't tell him that, Clark.
But it's the truth.
There we go. So
You're
do you defeat
pirates.
the
We
Just
don't
Spearmen
tell the
as usual?
Yep. This is...
Honestly, why can't you be more like Clyde, the giant spearman, who I'm sure is guarding the palace guard? Wait, just fine.
There we go. Oh, you even got a special coin from it.
You always get a 100 coin when you defeat one of these. This is
Oh, that's nice.
When it comes to grinding, if you need to grind for coins for whatever reason, this is actually a very good stage to do it.
But ma'am, it's hard to know with our bad education. The only book you let us have was that Disney book about how a good pirate never steals.
Let's see.
Wait, what?
A good
I
pirate.
never gave you
A
that
good,
book.
a
Who
good,
gave you that
a
book?
good pirate.
Zero?
Hold on, a good pirate never steals. Then he's not really a pirate, then, is he?
Oh, you haven't heard that, Pedro, actually. I think that's an actual book or show. I forgot exactly what it
Ironic,
was.
it's on the same studio that releases Pirates of the Caribbean.
Basically, it's a very, very young child show or book. But anyway,
Pirate
I'll show you later.
That's like saying a good firefighter.
Next stage.
Go for the Grand
Invade
Hall.
Wario Castle. Wait, I thought we already were in Wario
go
Castle.
through the hole.
Well, that's the name. Well, that's the name of the
Go through
storyline,
the
Jova.
hole.
Remember, Jova. On the upper side, it's the name of the chapter, aka this is the Invade Wario chapter side. However, we're in story number 4. Go for the Grand Hall.
Huh.
The lore of this game is incredibly rich.
It's chapters,
I know,
and each chapter is divided into 5 stories. It's a weird terminology, I know, but what can I say? It's made by Japanese people.
You'd think that they would, apply the terminology to more fitting things. Like, normally when I hear chapter, I think that's the
Honestly-
part of a story itself.
Honestly, Jova, I'm genuinely convinced this was translated by the actual developers with their limited lack of knowledge of English, and the localization team didn't bother because it's not like there's that many texts in this game anyway. Whatever, it works.
Yeah, now when I think about it, it's basically told only on visual media.
I mean, aside from translating the credits, there wasn't really that much work for the localizers to do here.
No, true. I I mean, that's also seems to be a staple. The first game also was like that. Even the genie, when talking to Wario, showcase all the images.
I forget. Didn't he give some text or something?
No. The characters in Wario Land games, at least the Game Boy ones, always speak in.
Oh, actually,
in,
wait. The villain in Wario Land 3 actually speaks. In text.
There was definitely also dialogue in Wario Land 4.
Yeah. Wario Land 3 was the first one to actually include written dialogue. But before 3, it was always pantomime and gestures and shit. But no, for example, if you go back to the ending of Wario Land 1, the genie's technically talking, but you just
I guess he does also have speech bubbles with cartoons in them too that give you something of an inkling what he's saying. But yeah, visuals.
Oh jeez.
Makes it easier for the localization team, I guess.
Makes it easy.
There you go. Let's try again. Wee.
Boing.
There you go. Let's try this again.
Oh, thankfully the platform respawns after a while.
It does.
But the enemy doesn't.
Well, I killed it when an enemy.
Well, the enemy respawns only if you exit and re-enter the room, I think.
Yes.
Well, except for some cases, I think when you need that enemy.
Well, no, actually, if you need an enemy, just leave the room and come right back in. It's that easy.
Gotta love how that composer holds on that note at some point during the track of these level.
Yeah, well, gotta love that's the classic Wario Land theme. Yeah, I also kind of wish they had kept it in the games after this one. There we go. Let's try. There we go. I actually really liked, going back to what we were saying, I actually really liked the way Shake It did it, where it kind of did both. It had the subtitles explaining what they were saying, but the characters were still doing the pantomime stuff. So it was a nice balance of understanding what the characters, but at the same time we got to see the characters doing their cartoony antics. So
makes sense.
I really wish Good Feel would go. I really wish Nintendo would allow Good Feel to make. Either a new Wario Land or at the very least something like revitalize something that Nintendo said. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the Epic Yarn Woolly World stuff that they've been doing, but I really wish Nintendo would give them the chance to make something a bit more elaborate.
I guess it depends on if they want to make a new Wario Land game too. Like,
yeah, Nintendo is kind of hell-bent on forgetting about Wario Land. When you want to remember about Wario, it's usually WarioWare.
WarioWare is.
I wouldn't say they're hell bent on forgetting Wario Land. It's just I don't know if there's really currently a team that's expressed interest in Wario Land.
Mind you, WarioWare is actually very interesting as a series, and I'm very surprised that Japan is very okay in getting that stuff to the Western, considering it's very rooted in Japanese type of humor, in a sense of its weirdness stuff.
I guess they see it as a way to educate us on cultured swine outside.
There you go, Seichova. All you have to do is re-enter a room and the enemy's back.
But yeah, again, has any team ever, expressed any interest in
not that we know of,
the
no.
Wario Land game?
Well, I'm not talking specific about a Wario Land game necessarily. I kind of wish Goodfield would make a more elaborate platformer. That's all I'm saying. But it's or at the go ahead. Because Wario Land Shake It was a great Wario Land game, and I kind of wish Goodfield would try to make something. Again, don't get me wrong. The casual platformers they've been making are fine. But I kind of wish they would make something a bit more elaborate. But go ahead.
I forgot if I asked you already. How was Wario World for the game?
Oh god, I keep forgetting about that game.
Wario World was the Nintendo's attempt, quote unquote, of trying to bring Wario into 3D.
Let me guess, it didn't succeed.
No, it didn't, because it was a very repetitive game that. It didn't even have that much platforming in the game today. It was mostly a brawler, where you just beat the crap out of enemies, and it got old really quick.
Did it at least kept the spirit of the Wario Land games, in a sense of weird stuff, power-ups given by being attacked by enemies and stuff like that?
It tried to, it did some nice stuff, but the gameplay was just not very fun.
What
a
game are you
shame.
about?
Wario World.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Dubes, there's actually a 3D Wario game back in the day, believe it or not.
There's a lot of people who
So,
don't.
I guess that was the reason why I haven't heard of it.
Let's just say Dwebs, it fell into obscurity for a good reason. It's not a very good game.
It didn't help that the GameCube itself had to struggle to
Second
compete.
to the left. There we go.
So games that couldn't have that much of a chance, like Hoshin the Giant and this, oh, it's a brush, fell more easily into obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it this, Dwebs. 3D platformer that devolves more into repetitive brawler. Sound familiar?
Bubsy? No, not Bubsy.
Well,
Knack.
a lot of platformers actually fell into that trap, as Naturai pointed out.
Knack, though, is the one that stands out.
Mm-hmm. Well, with Wario World, I can understand what their thought process at the very least, because Wario beats the crap out of enemies using his strength. So I can understand their.
Not to mention, Wario has actually one iconic move in his shoulder bash. So
yeah, and the shoulder bash is in the game, but
no, but I mean that gives. It's similar, for example, to Dante's Stinger from the Devil May Cry games, in a sense that it's why it may be simple. It's an iconic move that makes you think about the character when you think about that. So
yeah, true.
All right, it was free. Oop.
Add another piece to the puzzle.
Which it looks like a lake.
There
I
we
wonder
go.
if this is one of those games where you get a little extra something for completing that picture.
Final story.
him out.
Kick him out.
It's that simple, I guess.
There we go.
So, do you have to face Zero even in this route, or you just need to kick the henchman out of the castle?
No, by kick him out, they mean beat Syrup in another boss battle, basically.
Ah, okay.
Try to kick.
They like to be somewhat witty with their title object or their objective descriptions.
Sure.
So, Wario, are you a bad enough house owner to kick those bastards out of your house once and for all, reclaim the riches?
Get off my property. There you go. This is what you can do. Do a Gran Torino Clint Eastwood routine with Wario's voice.
Well, I haven't seen those movies.
Typical old man with "get off my lawn" type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Captain Syrup, get off my lawn.
There you go.
Make me, old man.
OG son.
It's simple. Unbeknownst to you, I'm a practicer of magic. I learned it off Bowser. You're already off my property.
Sorry, but that doesn't work with me because I'm not part of the Mario main series.
Oh shit.
We just blinked and we're in his back garden.
Well, there, now we're back in.
Since when did you have magic powers?
I've been studying ever since I sort of painted my skin purple and went up against this half genie girl up in Sea Clan Land.
There we go. Ah, god damn it, was enough.
Oh yeah, she was the one that kept insulting you for that extramarital affair.
What?
Dwebs' fanfiction aside.
That's how that risky boots conceived.
Oh yes, that's right. With her father Wario and all
Oh,
that.
jeez.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
told you I'm not the father.
ladies and gentlemen,
The true-
No, you aren't.
ladies
The
and,
true struggle of throwing a penguin in the right direction.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Dwebs' Wario Land Shantae fanfiction.
Guest
Oh,
starring
the
Clint
penguin.
Eastwood, I guess.
Throwing the penguin in the right direction. What is this, Evangelion?
No, Joe, it doesn't have a very confusing ending. But it does have a penguin, so there's that.
Yes.
Right,
yes,
daily reminder that the original ending of Evangelion was so confusing that even Spike Spencer, the main leading voice actor, actually bothered to ask Gainax, is this how you end the series?
Is that the one where basically everyone goes, congratulations?
See, yeah, exactly. Basically, Spike
God.
Spencer did a video reaction of his own, basically very questioning the very logic behind that.
Congratulations.
And you know what? Oh, jeez.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
snap, a mage?
Tiny Wario from the first game.
Okay, that was weird. Wow! Oh my god, even I forgot I had a mook like that.
This game likes to introduce gimmicks
I think
quite suddenly.
I think there was a reason for that, man. They're very easily defeated.
Yep.
Yes, but they can turn our enemies into babies. That comes in handy.
So yeah,
Especially for Mario Kart.
so yeah, that's Tiny Wario from the first game, and even from Wario Land
Oh,
2.
that
The gimmick with this
What do they
form,
do?
he jumps higher. Basically,
Oh, I think the best room now
it's literally mini Sonic from Sonic CD.
That reminds me, have you guys heard in Crash Nitro Fueled, one of the some of the DLC characters they're adding are literally Baby Crash and Baby Coco.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
guessing it's a jab at Mario Kart, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than having like Metal Crash or whatever.
It's kind of weird. Well, that's what Crunch is for. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
kind
no,
of...
at least Crunch is his own character, not the same one, just with a metal skin all around it.
Well, Metal Sonic is his own character. Oh, God, yeah.
Metal Mario.
Sorry, no, you were talking about Metal Mario. My bad. Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
They are
you know,
Nintendo, you've been wanted by Activision.
you know, it's kind of weird though that they don't include Baby Cortex and Baby Entropy, seeing as how those are actually canon, thanks to Crash Bandicoot 3.
I mean, and they were in.
I mean,
the
Joe,
Insane Trilogy.
if you have paid attention to the interviews, the developers said that they seem to be already into the direction of doing more circuits after the first three, you know, the packs. So
True.
it's entirely possible those may be a possibility. After all, the first pack already is huge by including not just Tona, but also the trophy girls.
Yeah.
So,
And Spyro, apparently.
well, no, the Spyro is for the third one, Waves. The second one has Baby T and the babies, of course.
So okay. So it gets me also thinking. So they're including the likes of even Crunch and Tana. Well, first of all, Tana finally has an actual voice and lines. Holy cow! It's kind of just as I would have expected it sounded. I have to wonder though if they're actually going to have Tana stick around instead of having her dump Crash for a pinstripe.
Also,
I
just
don't
as
know.
long as Crunch isn't some weird Mr. T parody like last time.
Do we know if he's voiced once again by Kevin Michael Richardson?
Well, I mean, Kevin Michael Richardson voices one of the birds from
The
Tag Team
chickens,
Racing that were in the trailers.
And we do know that Kevin Michael Richardson is back playing Stu. Oh god, I can't believe they actually brought back Chicken Stew.
Yeah, that's what I meant, the chickens from Tag Team Race.
Alright, Treasure
Although-
5.
Funnily enough, they changed.
The
they
other, it's
changed
not
Chick's
Quinton Flynn, yeah.
voice. I'm sorry, go on.
I'm guessing Quinton Flynn is busy with something else right now or something.
Doesn't
Basically-
Hold on.
Quentin Flynn voice...
Oh, it's hard
engine-
mode.
Doesn't
Hold
Quentin
on.
Flynn voice engine... Oh, no, that's Corey Bird.
I couldn't find it. Oh,
Yeah.
it was the first one.
Anyway,
No,
so
I
now
think
that
I think he voiced NG only in other games, but not this one. I don't know. What the hell is this?
I have no idea.
It looked like a open helmet.
A vagina? I don't know.
the
Moving
greatest treasure of all.
Dwebs, go to your bathroom and put
this
some
thing-
put some cold water on your face. You need
You
to
see-
cool
you see-
down.
You see, guys, Wario is very low.
Between the
Yeah,
fan fiction and this
true.
one, I agree with Pedro. Dwibs, you need to have an outlet for your stress.
Although, to be fair, Dwibs, he wouldn't be lonely if he just, took Mona up on her offers.
Nah, I would. I mean, Wario never forgave her after the Great Chicken Incident of 1988.
Considering how lonely he must be, I have no idea what could have been bad enough to make him reject her for all the rest of life, but okay.
Basically, she tried to poison him because she wanted all his money.
So why does she love him, then, if she only loved him for his money?
She's deluded.
This really is turning into a fan fiction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, boss fight time.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, Chick is now voiced by Roger Craig Smith. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's a funny thing, though. This Team Sonic Racing, but how much of Craig Smith's in its kart racing competitor for this year.
Yeah.
And mind you, Sega's also publishing that game in Japan.
Yeah, BDI. Yeah, that's an anomaly, isn't it?
So they make money 2 ways.
Is Activision bothering to have the game voiced in Japanese for Japanese?
Well, yeah. I mean, they did it in Insane Trilogy.
Oh, they did? Huh.
Yeah, they did. Although similar to, for example, the Multi-5 version, Jova, because I noticed, especially for the Italian one, they didn't bother with the lip sync. Not in a sense that they accommodated the cutscenes, but the voice direction didn't bother with telling the voice actors just stay faithful to the lip sync. That's kind of a shame.
Oh, wow.
Also, apparently, the Japanese version calls the crystals of Crash 2 Power Stones. Bigger.
Yeah, no, it was like that in the original Japanese versions.
But yeah, anyway,
they changed the name to Power Stone.
Okay, is she working exactly like? Oh no, she is a canon.
She's basically.
Oh Jesus.
She basically is a female Eggman too. She always has a new machine for some reason.
And she has a robo minion.
Yes,
try out my metal scratcher on you.
Yes,
now.
She has a giant spearman with a metal armor.
Scratcher.
There you go. You can only hit him when when he's doing that thing where he points the spear upward and he's charging. That's the only part where you can hurt him.
Jesus.
You'll notice that he's constantly going slower and slower. That's because
he needs to recharge the batteries.
Yes, this super spearman runs on batteries. Runs on a very low battery apparently.
But we haven't finished the design yet. It can only run out of batteries.
It kind of makes sense considering they just stormed the castle. I'm guessing Zero prepared this with what she could.
There we go, and now you throw him back at her. There we go.
Impossible! Not again!
You should have waited for it to go out of beta.
Yeah, that was.
But it was foolproof.
Not one
foolproof!
Sorry, Spit Syrup. Not one of your best plans, I would argue.
No, wait, I got it. It's not a vagina. Sorry, it's a giant mouth. I use it to practice my kissing.
That doesn't make it better.
You mistake a giant mouth that's used for kissing for a vagina.
Anyway, let's see the number.
Debs, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to put you on timeout.
5? Yeah, it's a 5 or 6 maybe.
No, it's 5. There's a gap there.
Ah, damn it.
Aha. See, there's my timeout. Having to guess the correct number.
What a quick timeout. Anyway, going back to my original point, I have to wonder if
we're about to get the ending of the timeline.
Now saving.
Jesus.
There you go, Theo. That's the kick him out part, I guess.
Oh, my back!
My skull is cracked.
All of this happens basically in the span of a day because now it's night.
And stay out.
And you can go back to sleep. What do we learn, kids? That if you sleep enough, you can put people out of your house and go back to sleep again.
I did lock the door this time, right?
Hopefully.
There we go.
Alright, since Wario is already back at since Wario is already back at his house, we don't get to see him going all the way back. We're just seeing the birds singing.
Aww.
I mean, it technically makes sense, but it's funny.
Alright.
The great places that you never went.
That would be, imagine if there's a Pokemon game where you don't actually move from your hometown, and then when you beat the league, it's just shows the credit like this without you going back home.
Imagine that. Yeah, you managed to beat the league and the champion without even leaving your own house.
Yes, this is a Pokemon game where your starting city is the Indigo Plateau.
Oh, don't you see, guys? It's the final boss of Pokemon Go Home.
What would be the boss of Pokemon Sleep? Insomnia?
Oh,
Snorlax.
No, Insomnia. The point of Pokemon Sleep is sleep.
Then Drowsy, because he eats your dreams.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, you were saying, Java? That's Hypno.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, you say something, Jova?
Yeah, I wonder if if they're bringing Crunch and Tawna back. Like, well, first off, are they gonna remake Wrath of Cortex to explain Crunch's
I don't know.
presence?
Well, Jova, this CTR Nitro Fuel seems more like a celebration of the card games. So I'm not sure they were caring too much with tying that to the actual mainline games.
I think it mainly begs the question: are Activision's next thing gonna be an actual new stuff? Since yes, they've shown that they can do the remakes.
Well, technically speaking, Vicarious Vision, we don't know what they're doing. So for all we know, they are working on the next Crash games.
Well, we do
Crash
know that
Bash
they...
HD.
I wouldn't mind. Actually,
that could work potentially.
I mean, if they did something similar to CDR Nitro Fuel in a sense that they just give the insane polish of design, but they expand upon with more minigames and more elaborate minigames, I wouldn't mind.
What
did you realize,
They kind of need to fix the premise because, as Kadikrus pointed out very early on in his career, Crash Bash is one of the most confusing and unnecessary intros. But
you do realize also that if they remake Crash Bash, they'll be forced to acknowledge Rilla Rue's presence, which they have not done since that
I
game.
wouldn't mind again. I mean, if anything, at least it gives an more, exposure to the character.
I just hope, if they remake it, maybe this time Fake Crash.
If you ask me, Java, the worst.
Maybe Fake Crash won't be just exclusive to the Japanese version.
If you ask me, Java, the worst characters in general in the Crash history is Viscount anyway, but... Oh, anyway, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Because we close on Wario's Castle.
Birds.
Oh, well, the birds continue to sing. Also, Tio, you actually remembered Viscount. Good for you.
I shouldn't.
Crash, boom, and bang.
And hey, Jova, maybe if they do a Crash Bash HD, maybe for the dot dash parts, the Japanese actually get to hear the remix of Dingo Doll's theme instead of that weird synth version of.
There we go. Some say Wario is still sleeping.
Aw, he's like a sleeping beauty in the eyes of the beholder.
What species even is Wario?
Whatever the same species.
An imp, I guess.
Whatever the same species Mario is, I guess. It's just.
I don't know. He looks different from Mario. He definitely doesn't have the same kind of ears as Mario. Like, Mario's definitely a human. Wario? Not too sure.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Anyway, I guess we'll start a new timeline in the next part.
Yes,
my vision is 60, 60, 60.
Alright, see you then, everybody.
See ya.
Sure.